So, as I'm clearly saying here, I'm completely new to this whole AI stuff. So I'm only been working with this or learning it for about a week. Okay, so I'm using this program here called LM Studio to run local AI models in my computer. So you could run them locally in your computer without sharing your private information to the internet. And what I'm going to be talking about here is about how to get the app, download and install the app. I already spoke about what the app does, which is LM Studio, how to download it, how to get the models. Large language models is what is the abbreviation for. How to load the model in, some of the best settings or settings that I'm using on my system, how to create presets. These presets are going to be basically instructions. So every time you're creating something with like with ChatGPT or whatever, the model knows what kind of project you're working on. If you're trying to work something into like music, so you create a preset, and that helps the model with settings and stuff like that. How to create a prompt. This prompt, what it does is that if you want to create lyrics for a song, you tell the AI model how do you want that song to be created. I'll explain it a little later on that. Okay, so what is LM Studio for? It's a way to run local AI models in your computer, like ChatGPT, but running it local on your computer without the need to using their servers. You have more privacy, and you don't have to pay anything monthly like the $20 that ChatGPT is charging you. And you have full control over what you do with your AI. All right. Where to download it from? All right. So this is the website that I'm using to download the application. You can download it for Windows and Mac and install it. All right. Over here on this other screen, here's the website. See, I downloaded it for Mac M series, but you could find your Windows or whatever computer you're using. All right. Over here, where to get the models. You could get it within the program. There's a section that you could download them from there. I'll show you in a minute. Or over here, you could go to this website, and then you could look for the models. You could always ask ChatGPT which model is best for lyrics, which one is better for video editing, and it's gonna give you some names. Then you just type the name here. This is the one that I'm using most of the time. But the problem with this website is that I haven't found a way to download it from their website directly. It's just so much information here that I'm not going to get into. So the way that I do it, I download it straight from within the program. Once this program is installed, I just go straight to that, and I download it from there. All right. So as you can read over here, this is you can pause the video and read some more about these topics here. So this is the one that I'm using for producing music. This is the model that I'm using to create lyrics. This is more for thinking, for reasoning, for ideas and stuff like that. And this is the one that Google uses on every browser these days. So this is a model that Google made. It's pretty neat, and it's not a big one. All right. This is the website that I just showed you. Blah, blah, blah. Depending on the computer that you're using, if you have a computer that is not a powerful computer, all right, for larger computers, all right, and so these are the recommendations for depending on like I said, depending on the computer that you have. And I'm loading it. I'll show you that and let's go to the other screen here. Let's minimize this shit. This is LM Studio. When you first open it, it looks a little scary, and When I first opened it, I panicked because I thought it was going to be simpler. But anyways, once you open it, right, you could go down here, and then, for example, like if I want to use one of the models that I'm using, which is this one over here, you just type that name over here, and it's going to give you different options. Then you see down here, it gives you the download option to download the model. On the website, it's a freaking pain in the ass. I don't like the website. So what you do is you click on chats. This is one thing that I recommend that you do from the beginning. Create folders. Just create folders and organize them. Video editing, like content, following, create these folders. This way, every time you create a new chat, you could create it inside that folder and you keep things organized. Otherwise, you're going to have a list of chats here that is going to be really hard to organize. So I already did this from the beginning. Personal stuff, finance and stuff like that. And you see, so I got some stuff already there. Yeah. Okay. So let's go back to the other screen. So I showed you how to load the model. Let me go back and do that again. Over here, you see this purple line? These are the 4 models that I have installed. Anytime you want to, right now it has this model running. If I want to use this one here, which is the one that I use for thinking or whatever, you just click on it and you see this progressing bar or whatever that is loading up, and that's already loaded. And to try it out, hold on, let me copy, or you can just click copy here, and I'm gonna delete everything that is here. I'm gonna delete. All right, so all I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna copy this text. This is an instruction that I'm giving the AI to create that. I'm gonna hit enter, and there we go. After the thing is finished, you could edit it, you could delete it, you could copy it, you could send it to somebody, you could tell it to start all over again, and it will start all over again. Or you could tell it that to summarize. Alright, so that's how could you could use, like I said, you could eject the model, or you could switch models here. On the right side, this is where you put the system prompt. This is a set of instructions that you tell the model to, when you create a song for me, follow these rules. You see? Over here, I also created different presets. So I got one preset that is a basic to write basic lyrics. The expert mode that has a lot of more options for video editing and for music production. If I'm creating a song and I wanted to create me a beat and to give me chord progressions and stuff like that, then I use this preset. And then down here, these are all the settings. This is a little more complex, but little by little, I'll explain. All right. So closing this, over here is going to show you every model that I have downloaded. On this side, you could hide and show this panel. Like I said, I got everything organized in different folders, so it's easy for me to. On this side here, I don't even ask me what the hell this is. I don't know. I have no idea. Like I said, I'm only been working with the basic of this thing. Over here, these are the models that I already installed. And then here, this is when you look for a model. Like for example, let's go to over here to this website, and let's go Hugging Face models, and let's open anyone. I don't care. Let's open anyone. What I do is I copy this text here, right? I copy it. Then I come over here, and then I type it in here, and there you go. And you could download it from within here. Another way to do it is, well, in the models, you open this, and there's a search bar here too. You could paste it there and search. Same thing. See, so you got those two ways to be able to look for different models. All right, over here, what else we got here? How to open the chat, we already did that. How to load a model, we did that. Okay, so these are the settings. You can pause the video, and this is like a starting point of settings, and those settings you find them here. When you open this pane here, this panel, you could create a new preset. You could import a preset. All right, but then here are the settings: the temperature, the context flow, the CPUs that you want to use, blah blah blah, all of this information. Also, down here, if you have runtime, what is it, hardware? Yeah, if you have a GPU card, you can select it here. When you have a GPU card, your thing will run a lot smoother and faster than how it's running on my side. Most of the other stuff, I just left it as default. It's set for, where the hell is it? Integration, more models. Okay, down here. So this is basically, I'm telling the program that if the model that I'm using, it needs more than 62 gigabytes not to load it. You could put 4 gigabytes, you could put the amount, whatever amount you want. You could just select one of the presets. I made it because I could use up to 64 gigabytes. I just made it at 62 gigabytes. So if I download a model that it needs more than 62 gigabytes to run, the program would not run. It will give you an error. All right, back to the other screen. What do we have here? Yeah, so yeah, just pause the video and check those settings there. Presets. Yeah, we already talked about the presets, which are down here. And all of these numbers that you see here is the exact same as I'm showing you right here. All right. So these are the presets, and I already showed you the preset that I have. I have a couple of presets that I already set up. So when I'm working songwriting, right? Where's the fucking thing? And I select this song here. You see that it changes to producing. So the settings are different for producing. They're different for writing lyrics. Try to use my settings for now, because like I said, I don't have a lot of information to give. You know, you could switch presets depending on what you're working on. So creating a prompt. Okay. Also here I had an example that I could use. Anyway, I just made it create one for video editing. 8. Yeah, these are just the same thing. Tips on how to create this prompt. Performance. Again, read and apply. And final thought. So I'm just gonna. So if you want to reread this whole thing in the beginning, the quick tips, what is LM Studio, how to download it and install it, how to get the languages, what are the best languages for the kind of stuff that I do, which is music production and video editing. These are the recommended ones for me. This is about your system, whatever system you have. You have to make sure that you don't download a model that is not going to work, but that is going to be way too slow on your computer. Loading the model, we went through that. The best settings, and like I said, these are the setting that work for me. And I have a Mac M1, 64 gigabytes of RAM. So it's a pretty good computer. All right. So presets, we already talked about presets and how to create them, how to save them. All right. And creating a system prompt, like I said, it's a set of instructions to tell your AI how to create whatever information you're asking it to do. All right, so let's go to the other screen because it's already finished. All right, and this is all the shit that it did. So what you do is you can just copy it, open this over here. Let's create a new preset. Right? Then you come, paste it in there. I don't need this. All right, and then you just save it. So from now on, every time you're gonna create, every time you, what the hell is this? Let's rename this shit. What the hell? Every time you're gonna work on a video, how to edit a video in DaVinci, you make sure that you save it. You come to your presets and select that preset. All right. I could also try to make it smaller. I don't know. If I could type, whatever. On this screen here, how does do that? Yeah, so the final products, right? You're on your local AI. You got control over everything. Nothing gets shared to the internet. You can customize it to your own workflow. And like I said, there's millions, if not billions, of models over the internet that you could download to your computer. Look at the difference when I change models. Let's use this one. Just gonna delete all this. All right, so yeah, this is something that you don't see a lot when you use ChatGPT, because remember, ChatGPT is running on these huge, crazy servers with a lot of freaking resources. Check this out. Thinking. And this is before it creates what it's going to create. And now it's creating it. But you see how fast this one works? All right, I think I'm just gonna end this video here. What else can I do? There's so much information, and like I said, I'm really limited to what I know.